Today we are going to discuss the topic of from the chapter Unit 6 Introduction to Permanent Way in Railways, and the topic is rails joints. Objectives: on completion of this period you would be able to state the functions of rail joint, state the requirements of a good rail joint, briefly describe a rail joint, and state and explain different types of rail joints. So these are the topics we are going to learn in this class. Once recap, in the previous class you have learned permanent way, parts of a permanent way, and functions of components of permanent way, different types of rails and their characteristics. So these are the topics we have seen in the previous classes regarding the permanent way and their functions and components. So what is rail joints? In this class we will discuss about rail joints. So rails cannot be made like long ropes. So rail joints essential to lay the rails along the track. Prevent thermal stresses in rails. So rails are continuously will be like iron particle. So they cannot be continuously make just like a long rope, but they will be keeping as it like a joints. So the joints are essential to lay the lace along the track. So they will be preventing from thermal stresses. So components of a rail joint are, this is the top one, we can see rails, and these are the fish plates for the side supports connecting to the rails, and these are the fish bowls which are tightened with the bolts to the fish plate to fixed and gripped in a manner. And you can see here, this is the rail top, and these are the nuts which will be tightened, and this is the fish plate for fixing of bolts, and we will call it as fish bolts. So this is the rail bottom, and this is the expansion joint where one rail to another rail in middle of the portion, and these are all fish bolts, and this is fish plate which is connected with bolts. This we will call it as a rail joint. So a rail joint has so many components. This is the actual diagram where you can see. So this is a tie plate, and this is a dating nail, and these are bolts and nuts which are tightened, and this is a gap between the joint. We will call it as expansion space. So this is the running surface of the rail. Features of rail joints. And here rail joints are necessary to connect the adjoining ends of rails in the correct position to ensure continuity. Joints form the weakest parts of the track. A gap of 6 to 15 mm is kept between the adjoining rail ends to allow free expansion. So it depends upon temperature variations, and sleepers are placed closer to the rail joint for more stability of the track. So these are the features of rail joints. So rail joints are necessary to connect the adjoining ends of rails. So in correct position we should be connected, and from the weakest parts of the joints, so nearly a 6 to 15 mm gap will be provided between the joint. So this will be allowing the free expansion, and it will be compaction or cohesion will be happen at the temperature variations, and sleepers are placed at the bottom of the rail joints. So requirements of a good rail joint: it should be strong as the connecting rails, it should be very durable, and it should hold the two rails at the same level and in the same line. It should permit expansion and contraction of rails due to change in temperature. It should be such that a rail can be easily taken out without disturbing the whole track. So these are the requirements of a good rail joint, and it should adjust to the wear. It should be cheap and durable. It should require less maintenance, difficult for dismantling by sabotages. Okay, it should be in a very rough condition, and it should be wear and tear, and it should be very cheap and durable. So it should have the less maintenance, and it should be easily while dismantling. So types of rail joints. Types according to position of joints are square joints, staggered joints, and types according to position of sleepers are supported joint, suspended joint, bridge joint. So square joints, these are the square joints you can see. The line which is connected, these are the square joints. So this is the actual diagram you can see. So these are the sleepers, this is the rail joint, so this is the expansion gap. So when a joint in one rail is exactly opposite to the joint in the parallel rail, the joints are known as square joints. So they are very common in straight tracks. Next one is staggered joints. So these are all staggered joints. So this is the difference of staggered joints. So you can observe the difference. Here the expansion gap is there, and again here the expansion gap is there. So these are all staggered joints. So these staggered joints are not equal to the exactly compact. So they will be unequal to each other. So when a joint in one rail is exactly opposite to the center of the parallel rail, the joints are known as staggered joints. So they are very commonly on curves. At present they are being favored. Number of sleepers required would be more. And next one is supported joint. This is the supported joint. We can see the bottom one is the sleepers. This is a gap. So these are nothing but supported joints. So these are all supported joints where we can see fixing with fish plates. Supported joint is a rail joint placed exactly above the sleeper is known as supported joint. So the running on this joint is rough as the sleeper is subjected to heavy stresses and wear out quickly. It is found that in this type the rail ends get battered. It is not in used in nowadays. So these joints are not using nowadays. In the previous it has to use. Next one is suspended joint. So two sleepers between the center of the point is nothing but suspended joint. So this will be in this type condition. So these are the suspended. Between the two sleepers center of the portion, this suspended will be located. A rail joint is placed at center of the two consecutive sleepers is known as suspended joint. In this case, the stresses transformed to sleepers get distributed. So it is commonly adopted at present. Bridge joint. You can see under the bridge, this is a bridge plate. These are the shoulder sleepers. It's a rail. So this is the bridge joint. This is the bridge plate we can see. So most probably these types of joints will be connected, very rare. So the rail joint supported by a bridge of metal which rests on two sleepers is known as bridge joint. So the idea is to prevent bending stresses in the rail. It is not functional if the sleepers yield. At present, bridge joint is not favored. So these types of joints are also not preferred now. So it is to use for the bending stresses in the rail. So finally summary, we have discussed components, functions and requirements of rail joint. So different types of rail joints such as square, staggered, suspended, supported and bridge joint. So your examination questions are: draw a neat sketch of rail joint and show the parts. State the functions of rail joint. State the types of rail joints and draw sketches for any two. Thank you. Have a nice day.